What's poppin', internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Filmcast, a show where we reel you into Disney movies, 30 of them, to be exact, by this moment in time. What are we doing? What's going on?
Don't worry about it.
In our hoodie? 30 of them? Are you wearing a wire?
What?
You trying to snitch on the show? He's wearing a wire. Lift your shirt.
I'm not, bro.
Anyway, 30 Disney movies. 30 Disney movies.
30.
We're done. Yep. And then we're going to move on.
15 weeks.
We're past the golden era now. Well, pretty much, yeah. After Tarzan.
Yeah, I'd
Past
say
the
Tarzan
Renaissance.
was the end
Yeah.
of the golden.
Exactly. And we also talked to you about the movies that we've been watching and the shows we've been watching and all that stuff. And I'm one of your hosts, Timothy DeRoe. And joining me this week is your boy, Michael Clare, of course.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
How you doing, Mike, on this
Doing good.
fine Indigenous Peoples Day?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You doing good?
I was going to make a... never mind.
Okay. All right. That's what's fucking going on.
I was gonna say
If you enjoy the show,
Columbus
if you
Day.
come over from MinMax side, thank you for coming over from over there to watch
Mhm.
our show because, we sponsored them over there.
Hmm.
Now you're over here watching our show, and that's fun. And we're ranking Disney movies. We're 30 through.
Join in.
Exactly.
Disney
And you
movies.
can check the current
Always
rankings
good.
in the description if you don't have them. Yeah.
You're telling me to put them in.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, I was gonna say, 'cause I do that.
Exactly. Anyway, if you enjoy the show, you should consider supporting us on Patreon, where for $1, we'll go to patreon.com/syncedup, where for $1 you can get access to our lovely Discord, where we talk
Mhm.
about a lot of things. Today, what did we talk about? We were talking about Artemis Fowl, Maximum Ride, a little bit of that was going on.
I wasn't talking
You missed
about
all
any
that.
of that.
But we was talking about those things.
I don't
Over
read.
$5, you get access to post shows of both the shows that we do, and many more goodies, all from youtube.com/synceduppodcast and podcasting services around the globe. New episodes of this show specifically go up on all of those feeds Tuesdays, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone, gang. You can also write into this show to synceduppod@gmail.com or the reader mail submissions tab of the Discord with any questions, comments, concerns, and we may read those on the show. You should also consider dropping a follow on Twitter @synceduppod to keep up to date with all of our content from across the board. The big board. Now let's just get right into it. We're going to go rank Tarzan and Dinosaur. What?
I thought that was cool.
What was cool?
We both said big board.
Big board? Yeah. Big. That's the big board.
Just move on.
Anyway, let's start with the plot synopsis of that one and only Tarzan. You probably don't need it, but we're going to go through it anyway. In the late 1880s, a British couple and their infant son shipwrecked off the they're in Congolese? The Congo? I didn't know they were in the Congo.
Yeah, bro. It has a huge title splash. It says Congo in the bottom left.
No, fair enough. The Congolese coast. The adults build the
doesn't.
treehouse, but are killed by Sabor, a leopard. A female gorilla, Kala, recently lost her own child to Sabor, finds the human infant, takes it back to the jungle to raise as her own, despite her mate and the gorilla troop leader, Kerchak's disapproval. Kala names him Tarzan. Years later, Tarzan begins to befriend other animals, including a young female gorilla named Turk and the paranoid male elephant Tantor. Good characters. Tarzan finds himself treated differently because of his different physique, so he makes great efforts to prove himself. As an adult, when Sabor attacks the gorillas again, Tarzan manages to kill Sabor with his crafted crude spear. What's going on? Why are we laughing off screen?
Nothing. Don't worry about
We're
it.
laughing on screen and off screen. I gotta be looped in.
I'm sorry. Read the thing.
What's happening?
The thing is, the viewers can't see it. Is the worst part.
God damn it, Jordan. Tarzan manages to kill Sabor with his crafted crude spear, gaining Kerchak's reluctant respect. The gorilla troop's peaceful life is interrupted by the arrival of a team of human explorers from England, consisting of Professor Archimedes Q. Porter, his daughter Jane, and their hunter escort Clayton. The explorers are looking to study gorillas. Jane accidentally becomes separated from the group and is chased by a baboon troop. Tarzan comes in, picks her up, how it goes. He realizes that she is human, just like he is. Jane leads Tarzan back to their camp, where Porter and Clayton both take great interest in him, the former in terms of scientific progress, while the latter hopes to have Tarzan lead him to the group to the gorillas. Despite Kerchak's warnings to avoid the strangers, Tarzan continuously returns to the camp, where Porter, Clayton, and Jane teach him to speak English properly, as well as what the human world is like, and he and Jane begin to fall in love. They have difficulty convincing Tarzan to lead him to the gorillas, due to Tarzan's fear of Kerchak's. The explorer's ship soon returns to retrieve them. Jane asks Tarzan to return with them to England. Tarzan says, hey, Jane, stay with me, He teaches her to say, Jane, stay with Tarzan. Yeah, and gorilla, of course. Forever, as long as he leads them to the gorillas. Tarzan agrees and leads the trio to nesting grounds, while Turk and Tantor lure Kerchak away to avoid having him attack the humans. Porter and Jane are excited, but Kerchak returns and attacks the humans upon seeing them. Tarzan restrains Kerchak. The humans escape. Kerchak coldly accuses Tarzan of disobeying and betraying the family. Tarzan flees in shame. Kala then picks Tarzan up, takes him to the treehouse, shows him his real past, and she just wants him to be happy, whatever he decides. You can go be with the humans, or you can stay here with us. And he decides to go with the humans. But when he boards the ship, they get betrayed by Clayton and the gang, the thugs. And so he goes back
Poachers.
to the plot to go get the gorillas. But Tarzan manages to escape with the help of Turk and Tantor, and he returns to the jungle. Clayton fatally shoots Kerchak and battles Tarzan across the treetops. Tarzan destroys Clayton's rifle, causing him to attack Tarzan with his machete until Tarzan traps Clayton within a forest of vines. As Clayton struggles to cut himself free, one of the vines gets wrapped around his neck, and he falls from the treetops, hanging himself to death. Now, this is one of the darkest scenes in Disney history, I think, personally. Kerchak, in his dying breath, finally accepts Tarzan as his own and names him leader of the gorilla troop. The rest of the gorillas are freed after scaring away the rest of Clayton's men. The next day, Porter and Jane prepare to leave on the ship when Tarzan stays behind, but as the ship leaves the shore, Porter encourages his daughter to stay with the man she loves, and Jane jumps overboard to return to the shore. Porter shortly follows her. The Porters reunite with Tarzan and his family and embark on their new life together. So that's Tarzan. Banging ass film, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Wikipedia never does justice for the songs.
I know, dude.
It never talks about the songs.
Two worlds, one
They're so
family.
good. Phil Collins pops up. The "You'll Be in My Heart."
You'll be in my
Kind of
heart.
interesting that it doesn't play during the movie.
Yeah, it does.
No, the melody does.
That's
You hear the melody, right?
you hear the song too, like with the lyrics.
In the credits.
No, you hear it at the beginning too.
Wait, it's in the
Yeah,
movie?
it's like 25. It's like only for like 25 seconds when Kala first has him and goes back, and she's holding him, and the butterflies going over his
Yeah,
face,
is
and
it?
it's you'll be.
It's when she's holding him in the little tree top.
Yeah, exactly.
She has him up in her body.
It's real short. It's real short, but it's in there.
Okay. Because I had a thing where I got to the credits and it started playing "You'll Be in My Heart." I was like, is this song really just end the credits alone?
No, it was in the
Okay.
it was in the movie, but it's not the whole song. The whole song's not in the movie, but there is like a 20-second clip of just the chorus, and that's when she first takes him back to the gorilla troop, and then he has like you know how the butterfly gets on his face and like does a little, it's during that part.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm tripping.
good shit, dude. Like
These songs are
super good. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All the songs are fire.
This is
The characters are great.
this is the movie I watched the most as a kid.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I definitely enjoyed this rewatch. Jordan, bring up the list.
Some personal favorites. Jane.
Jane, of course.
Yeah.
Jane is a fire character.
Mm-hmm.
Tarzan, good protagonist.
Yep.
All the gorillas, great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tantor.
Tantor,
Solid.
a good elephant.
Young and old.
Is this water sanitary? Looks questionable to me. So good,
Of all the things for y'all to just
dude. I love
grab onto.
Tantor as a kid. Like, it's good stuff.
I respect it.
So anyway, here's the list. Let's just read off the top 5 real quick before we go into ranking Tarzan. So top 5, starting from the bottom: Aladdin, Mulan, Hercules, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and The Lion King. Tarzan itself, the one and only,
Mm-hmm.
the final of the Renaissance era.
Yeah.
Where do you rank it in our Disney movies?
Number 8.
What?
I'm kidding.
Whoo, boy, we was about to have a problem.
No, I put it at number 2.
Number 2. Well, I rank it at number 1, but Jordan will overrule that, of course. So that will ultimately put it at number 2.
Jordan doesn't even have to say anything.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. I know that he wouldn't rank it above Lion King. He loves Lion King. He loves Tarzan too.
I love Tarzan as well.
Yeah.
Lion King is
So
just too.
I'll have to settle for the 2 spot instead of the 1 spot. But that's the second movie in this Renaissance era that I personally have ranked over Lion King. Personally.
Yeah.
Which was no, Hunchback of Notre Dame was the other one. Super unexpected. Super unexpected for me. Oh, there goes the intro.
The intro.
Classic intro running.
Right
Super unexpected for me to rank Tarzan and Hunchback of Notre Dame. I hadn't seen Hunchback of Notre Dame, so I guess that could be expected. But I had seen Tarzan before, and I didn't expect it to be as good. I was expecting a top 8, top 5 maybe, just from my memories of it, because I didn't watch it like a ton as a kid. But everyone was hyping it up, and kind of a little reignited watching these movies a little bit for me, because Mulan wasn't hitting and all that stuff. But
I will say.
I guess
didn't have the.
I guess because I was supposed to say it because I didn't rank Mulan last week. I'm perfectly fine with where Mulan is. We don't have to edit it at all. So.
I gotta say, I didn't have the problem I had with Lion King with this movie. Where with Lion King, I was like, so I know the plot so well that I could just like not watch it and watch it.
Yeah.
This one, I was enamored with the plot again.
Yeah.
With the characters, with the story. It's just cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I agree.
The subtle back and forth between the 2D and 3D animation
Dude, it's
when
so
he's
good.
on the tree trunks.
It honestly makes me appreciate this movie more, because I think going through and rewatching the old Disney movies up until this point has made me reappreciate some of these later era of Disney movies, because you see the experimentation, you see them changing things up and doing different things in order to make the films. Well, just as new technology comes out, because Tarzan 1999, of course, is when the movie came out. We haven't really got CG's not really a thing. Well, it is a thing in this next movie, but it's not really widely popular. 3D isn't really a thing you see much in whatchamacallit, Hercules. You have the 3D with the Hydra and stuff like that, and you have a little bit of 3D experimentation. Beauty and the Beast when we're doing some chandelier moves and stuff like that. You get some experimentation with 3D, but you really see it come to the forefront here with the water, with the going through the trees, with some of the battles. Like they really experiment with the 2D on the 3D plane, and it looks really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like it looks incredible. I know once we get into more of these 3D movies, once we see like Chicken Little and stuff, it's not gonna look so good. But in this experimentation era, it's crisp. It's really, really nice.
I don't know. Literally a year later in the experimentation era, it's not as crisp.
You're right. Now it's time to rank. Dinosaur.
We were trying to find ways to not put this on the list.
Yeah.
We went through. We were like, are we sure this is even Disney animation?
Yeah. So.
You do not want to see it that bad.
Okay. So first and foremost. Jordan loves Dinosaur somehow. Okay, he had a ton of mic on.
Let's relax.
Okay, we're relaxing. I want you to know this plot synopsis is probably going to be at least one paragraph.
Fuck you.
Oh, no, you got a little more.
That's a long.
It's the shortest of them, though.
No, for real?
Yeah,
100%.
I have a special place in my heart for this movie.
Why?
Okay? Because
I don't know how, bro.
I just remember watching it as a child. It's nostalgic value. It's not. Just read the synopsis.
Okay, read the synopsis.
It's the Dougal effect.
Dude, yeah.
No,
but I gotta admit, Dougal fucking is ass. But I love that film.
So was Thomas the Tank Engine. Look here.
Yeah, and that movie's also terrible, but I love it. Anyway, Carnotaurus attacks a mixed species herd of dinosaurs, destroying an iguanodon nest before killing a pack. Whatever. The lone surviving iguanodon egg is stolen by a smaller predators, and after a series of mishaps, is dropped on an island inhabited by prehistoric lemurs. They're lemurs.
Yeah, bro.
Pilo, the daughter of the patriarch Yar, names the hatched baby Aladar and raises him alongside her daughter Suri, despite Yar's initial objections. Several years later, a fully grown Aladar watches the lemurs take part in a mating ritual in which Pilo's brother and Suri and Aladar's uncle, Zini, is unsuccessful. Moments after the ritual ends, they are interrupted by a meteor crashing into the earth, creating an explosive shock wave which destroys the island. Aladar and Yar's family flee across the sea to the mainland. Being the only survivors, they mourn the others before moving on. Course. While crossing the burnt wasteland, they are attacked by a pack of velociraptors. They escape by joining a multi-species herd of dinosaur refugees heading for the communal nesting grounds. Falling afoul of herd leader Kron, they retreat to the end of the line and befriend the old Styracosaurus Ema, her pet Ankylosaurus Earl, and her equally elderly friend Baleen, the only Brachiosaurus in the group. Sorry. I thought Bronchiosaurus had an N, but it doesn't. It's just Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus?
Yeah, whatever. They travel for days without water to the site of a lake, only to find it seemingly dried up. Kron orders the herd to move on and let the weakest perish, but Aladar stays behind with the sick Ema. He and Baleen dig until they find her some water. The rest of the herd follows suit, and Kron's sister Nira, impressed by Aladar's compassion, begins to grow closer to him, while Kron fears he wants to take over. Meanwhile, two Carnotaurs have been tracking the herd. Kron's Lieutenant Bruton reports the approaching predators after surviving an attack during a scouting mission, but Kron quickly ushers the herd away from the lake, deliberately leaving Bruton, Aladar, the lemurs, and the elderly dinosaurs behind. The group takes shelter in a cave as night falls, but the predators catch up to them and attack. Bruton sacrifices his life to cause a cave-in that kills one of the Carnotaurs, forcing the survivors to retreat. The group ventures deeper into the cave, but they reach a dead end. Though Aladar briefly loses hope, Baleen uses her strength at the nesting grounds on the other side. Ema notices that the landslide has blocked off the usual entrance to the valley. Aladar rushes off to warn Kron and finds him trying to lead the herd over the landslide, unaware of the sheer drop on the other side. Kron attacks Aladar, taking Aladar's warnings as a challenge to his leadership until Nira, fed up with Kron's illogical behavior, intervenes. Realizing Kron's selfishness and recklessness, the herd follows Aladar while Kron stubbornly tries to climb the rocks by himself. The hungry Carnotaurus, that's a singular one, arrives, but Aladar rallies everyone to stand together in defiance against it. The Carnotaurus is frightened off and pursues Kron instead. Aladar and Nira rush to save him, but fail to get there in time. Aladar manages to push the Carnotaurus over the sheer drop to its death. He and Nira mourn Kron, then lead the herd to the nesting grounds. Sometime later, a new generation of dinosaurs hatches, among them Aladar's and Nira's children, and the lemurs find more of their kind. So that's the plot of Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Big old pile of garbage.
This
Big
movie,
old pile of booty. You know, I have a lot to say about this movie.
it is not Disney.
It's not Disney. It's obvious that this
There's
was like
no song,
blunt
no
experimentation. But all in all, this movie is bad. It's a bad film.
The jokes don't hit.
Hey, that's a Jerkosaurus.
I'm not gonna make the monkey sounds again.
And the monkey in the middle joke.
They're just not. They don't hit.
Yeah, the jokes don't hit. There's no good music. There's no good
I
songs, but even not the songs withstanding it, like just music in general, the music in this movie is not very good. The CG is atrociously bad.
Well, I won't knock the animation too much because of
the time, sure.
times.
But
yeah,
I mean, we're 1 year before that, and you see animation like Tarzan, right?
It doesn't redeem it.
Yeah. The landscapes, when you see the landscapes in most Disney films, it just sucks that these landscapes seem to have taken by the wayside, especially when you look closely at those landscapes, they do not look like they're made in the newer style. They really genuinely look like JPEGs.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's unfortunate when you see the detail and like the love and care put into like the Tarzan landscape and shit like that. Like it looks really good. So
Mm-hmm.
in this film, it's just like really bad. There's like the plot it's a nothing plot, with very forgettable characters.
Yeah.
There's nothing much happening, nothing much going on.
No real.
It was short, but
growth.
felt entirely too long.
Yeah. I don't have anything good.
Yeah, I got nothing good to say.
Jordan, here's your chance.
Jordan, defend the movie. Defend the film. Defend Dinosaur.
I believe in you.
Your Honor, I
Yes.
like to call to the stand logic.
Logic,
Okay.
okay.
So first off, the plot of this movie is very simple. It's very straightforward because
Okay.
realistically, I think it kind of has to be. In the sense of when you're watching this movie, the main focus isn't the plot because the plot is very simple.
Yeah.
Right? You are in danger here. You move here. No longer in danger.
Yeah, it's just a kids' movie about dinosaurs.
Right. One, I think a lot of the strengths of this movie come from it's pretty accurate to descriptions of the dinosaurs. At
Dinosaurs?
least, right? And the way
Okay.
they interact. I think the dinosaurs themselves don't look terrible. They don't look great, but obviously this is 2000, right?
Yeah.
Why? Listen.
It's
Also-
just funny that.
Bro, you're redeeming. You said the dinosaurs look like dinosaurs.
Yeah. They do.
Hey, let him finish.
Oh,
Let him finish.
I
Let him
meant,
finish.
I meant the accuracy of how they like behave is what I meant.
Let him finish.
I do think the movie doesn't stand as strong as some of the other Disney movies just because it
Yeah.
lacks a lot of that Disney charm.
Mm-hmm. It's not there. It's not. It
yeah.
just doesn't exist
It's a
in this
very
film.
straightforward, like from the moment the movie starts, from the movie ends, you know it's just a love story.
Yeah, it's.
And
yeah,
not even a
it's
very
not-
good one.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
just
definitely
think
agree.
whereas you guys see the uniqueness as a downfall, I like the experimentation.
Yeah,
I think
but
it's-
I do enjoy the experimentation, like because you just gotta experiment. Because
And I
then
like-
when
I
you
just like the
experiment,
way
you
it's-
I don't
get
know,
things like Meet the Robinsons.
You want to talk about the experimentation? Hunchback of Notre Dame, the
Yeah.
Treasure Planet when that comes up.
Yeah, we haven't seen
that's
Treasure
we can't talk about that one
experimentation.
yet. That one doesn't
Oh,
count
no,
yet.
I'm just saying that's when I think you do experimentation.
It's definitely
But you still
it's-
make a good movie.
It's definitely a big experiment, and it was a big like let's try something new. But and ultimately, I think that it did not pay off.
It's
I mean, but I'm in the same boat where like I don't think it ranks high
Yeah.
in the list of movies. But I also think that for what it is, it's not terrible.
Yeah,
I mean, I like if my kid in the future is like, hey, let's watch Dinosaur, I'm not gonna be like no.
yeah,
Whereas if my kid's like, hey, Dad, let's watch Black Cauldron, I'm like no.
yeah.
Like, that's a waste of time.
Black Cauldron's not very good.
But I just like first off, this is the first time they kind of went for any sort of ish like dinosaur kind of thing.
Yeah,
And I just like the uniqueness of it in the sense of like you don't see this kind of movie very often.
Yeah, I
At
guess
this
it-
point in time.
yeah.
Nowadays it's a little bit different, but I just liked the uniqueness. And the
Okay.
characters felt a little bit more adult in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
While still being very baseline, like Crone
Yeah.
is just the selfish bad
May I
guy.
present to the
Yeah.
courts Hunchback of Notre Dame.
But then there's no character development.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Nobody
they're pretty
changes
flatline.
at all.
They're pretty
yeah,
flat.
I agree on that one too.
It's not like Aladar overcomes some like thing from his past. Because like you go watch Lion King, and you watch Simba, like actually grow as a character throughout
Yeah.
the movie. That's good character development.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that. In this
Yeah,
movie.
you have Kron becoming kind of a good guy, but not really.
Not even.
Yeah, just
He's still just
No, he just dies a bad guy.
yeah. Or Brutus, I mean.
Bruton.
Bruton, yeah.
Bruton
He
is the
kind of
only one.
becomes a good guy, but not a
I
little bit.
definitely
don't know.
think that like given more time in the story,
Stegosaurus.
Bruton could have had. If anyone had a good character arc, it would have been Bruton.
It
Yeah.
was Bruton.
But yeah, then again, your best character arc there ends so quickly.
Mhm.
Another thing I didn't really like giving the movie a logical look at. I enjoy the movie. I enjoyed the music in the background for the most part.
Yeah.
But you're right, it doesn't slam, doesn't hit, and the dinosaurs that are chasing them really just where's any sort of like fight back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Why is it? And also the thing that I didn't like was you look at Bruton and you look at crone. Why are they the only two that look different from all the rest of the
I know.
same species?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right, so I don't think this movie is a high ranker.
And the
but
color palette is just brown.
very bland.
Mhm.
Just brown.
But they
tan.
made sure to make the female dinosaur pink,
Pink. Yeah.
yeah.
so you would know.
There's not much to defend in the movie.
Yeah.
It's just one of those personal. I love
But-
this movie,
yeah.
but
Bring,
I also think it's low.
bring up the list. Bring up that list,
But
my boy.
don't cap on how low it is. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
right,
be honest.
Go ahead and turn that mic back off.
No.
Hey, look, man. If I'm
You
just
can scroll down.
if I'm just keeping it 100, I genuinely believe with all my heart that this movie should be in last place.
No, I disagree.
I think so, because when I think back to even watching Snow White as the first one, Snow White has hi ho, it's off to work we go. Dumbo is good. Peter Pan is classic. Bambi, great. Like
Yeah, but you're forgetting all the bad things about those movies.
but this movie
Who made
was
the
okay,
red
but
man red?
yeah, well, sure, which is a bad thing. But you could
Yeah.
also think about the good things in these movies. Now, think about all the bad things of the dinosaur. Now, try to think about all the good things about dinosaur. They're not there. They don't exist. And so, in my head, this goes in last place because while there was
for me.
enjoyable things about every other movie beforehand, I didn't have a single enjoyable thing about this one.
I know you didn't like the voice acting. I like the voice acting.
Yeah,
That was the only part about this movie I liked was the voice acting.
yeah. So slotted at 27 because that's on the upper end of the middle portion, and because Jordan likes it more, so we'll put it on the upper end. Yeah,
You got better than Peter Pan. Like that, you can't get.
I don't think it's
I
better
don't
than
think
Peter
you are.
Pan, man.
I think Peter Pan is actually just not good.
Dude, Peter Pan's classic, man.
And
Classic doesn't make it good.
Rewatching
which
it,
is
it
fair.
was not great.
I did not like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
I feel like Peter Pan has a lot of sus
Yeah.
Hold
symbolism.
on. Think about how much you're praising Peter Pan,
Mhm.
and then look what's
Where y'all put it
2 or 3 slots above it.
What,
Black
Black
Cauldron.
Cauldron?
Yeah, I
So
think
let's
Dinosaur should have been above Black Cauldron by default.
yeah, I don't know. What I think we should do, since we're at 30, and I think we should do it at 40, and I think we should do it once we hit 50, is revisit the list
You want to readjust some stuff?
and let's see if there's anything that we believe with more time to sit on it that should be readjusted. And if we could both agree on something moving up or moving down, then we can move it up or move it
okay,
down.
so you have something you'd like to bring.
No,
It's
Mike
a
and Tim
I don't have anything personally in mind. I think Sword and the Stone should go down. Now that I think about it, I really think Pinocchio's better than Sword and the Stone. Like just just thinking back to it, I also think the Black Cauldron should go down.
I think the Black Cauldron could be as low as Snow White.
I think Black Cauldron.
I think Black Cauldron goes below Dinosaur.
I would be willing to move Black Cauldron down to 28. I think
better
that's
than-
a good switch.
better than Peter Pan.
I don't think so, but I don't think Mike wants to put
I
it any
think it's
further.
better than Peter Pan.
Yeah, so
No,
I'll
I
move it down
also
to
think it's better than
because it was already above. I'm down to just move it down to Peter
Yeah,
Pan.
you can erase the 25 and it should adjust.
Yeah,
the
if
whole
you
list.
if you backspace 25, it should there you go. Backspace
Yeah.
one more time and one more time. Bam.
Boom, there you go.
And so put Black Cauldron. Yeah, right there.
I think that's fine.
Um,
Let's see here.
I-
What was the one that I was complaining about constantly?
The
Robin Hood
Rescuers.
is too high.
I disagree.
I disagree completely.
I think Robin Hood should be higher.
Yeah.
What?
Honestly, I'd move Robin Hood up one, but because you
No,
are so
absolutely
against
not.
it,
I
then
will veto that so
it's-
hard.
it got to stay.
Here's
then.
where I am. I think Robin Hood is better than Beauty and the Beast, not as good. Better than Beauty and the Beast, not as good as Little Mermaid.
Yeah. I'm down to move the Rescuers up one slot.
Yes, I am as well.
Why the disrespect on my girl?
I'm just
I would
I don't
put
think-
Rescuers at like 9 if I
yeah.
could.
I don't think a Rescuers is better than Aristocrats, but I am down to trade spots with Pocahontas there.
Are you just gonna copy it?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
There we go.
Didn't work right.
There you go. And so
About bang?
and then
What?
right after the Rescuers put Pocahontas.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas. Make sure you right click and see how it's. Oh there. Oh.
Explore Pocahontas.
Wait. Click off of it again. Click off of it again.
Okay,
And then
we'll
just-
get you.
Oh.
We're good. We're fine.
Oh, we're good. Okay. Let's see. Lion King, Tarzan. All these are pretty good. Yeah, I'm fine with Mulan at 5.
I think Mulan is better than Hercules.
I just
Yeah, no.
Hercules, good songs, funny,
It's
good
just,
characters.
It's just
I'm down to switch Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin.
I'm as well.
I think we can put Beauty and the Beast above Aladdin. Honestly, I think we put Beauty and the Beast at 5.
I'm also okay with that.
Okay, so yeah, let's put Beauty and the Beast above Mulan. I'll do that. Better than Hercules? I don't think so. Hercules is real good.
Hercules is great.
Adrian, I told you it was gonna happen.
So put Beauty and the Beast above Mulan. We're readjusting the list now that we've hit 30 movies.
We're capping.
Okay. Let's see. Any of these other ones jumping out at you that should shift?
No, I'm content.
I think Oliver Company, Great Mouse Detective, 101 Dalmatians. Want to move 101 Dalmatians
What
up?
are y'all shaking your head at?
I would move. I would move
The
101
disrespect for
Dalmatians up.
Mulan is so insane.
Honestly,
Mulan is so good.
let's think here.
I'll make a note out of you.
I kind of want Pinocchio to move up a little.
Nah.
Nah.
You guys want it? You guys like it there? Okay,
Nah.
Even if
that's
it
fine.
moves up, it's still 22. You're not making a difference.
I think it should be a little up,
You think Pinocchio? I mean,
but that's okay.
That's a nah for me, bro.
You don't think Pinocchio's better than Sword and Stone? Damn.
no,
Okay.
I don't either.
There's good animation. So
I would move. I could move 101 Dalmatians up.
No.
I could move the Fox and the Hound up.
No.
Okay, now
I,
you're capping on the Fox and the Hound. It's in a good spot.
I could move. Honestly, I could switch the Rescuers Down Under and Cinderella, but Cinderella is pretty iconic.
I think Cinderella's better than Rescuers Down Under.
Okay, we can leave that as is. I think that's about it. Scroll down a little more, because I don't think we need to move anything that's further down. Peter Pan, Dumbo, Snow White. This all looks pretty good to me. I think. Yeah, I think I'm good with where everything. I don't think anything else needs to move. So as the list is as follows, we'll go with just the top 10. Number 10, Aristocats. Number 9, Robin Hood. Number 8, The Little Mermaid. Number 7, Aladdin. Number 6, Mulan. Number 5, Beauty and the Beast. Number 4, Hercules. Number 3, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Number 2, Tarzan. And number 1, The Lion King.
Okay.
It's a good solid list. Now we're 30 films deep and upcoming. Shout out to Isaiah. Upcoming on the Disney rankings. Shout out Isaiah because it's Emperor's New Groove and Atlantis. Atlantis. I told Isaiah we would wait until he could come over so we could watch that.
We could all watch Atlantis together.
Because he loves Atlantis. So whenever he's off, we can get everybody over here.
I can't remember. Did you say you hadn't seen Emperor's New Groove or something?
I do not have any memories of Emperor's
That
New
is
Groove.
a funny movie. It is. It is up there with the
Okay.
humor level of Hercules. I think it's funnier than Hercules.
Okay.
The characters are pretty good.
Cusco?
The poison.
I have like vague memories of these scenes, but like the movie as a whole, I could not tell you a single thing about. Like I could.
There's so many iconics. My spinach puffs are burning.
Yeah. So let's add these. Okay, cool. So now that's it.
What about for news?
Get excited. Oh, we got one little thing for news, but yeah, get excited for Emperor's New Groove and Atlantis, followed by Lilo and Stitch and Treasure Planet.
We're getting
into some heaters.
I feel like you're getting into a lot of personal favorites.
We're getting into some heaters.
Because you get into some dividing movies, but like Atlantis, easily Isaiah's favorite. Treasure Planet, my favorite.
Atlantis is way up there for me. I'm trying to get to Chicken Little to see how low we put it.
Meet the Robinsons.
I want Meet the Robinsons, bro. Because, oh boy, when we make it to Meet the Robinsons, I love that film so much. I think it holds up. I think it's great. But then after Meet the Robinsons, we start getting into the modern era. You know, Princess and the Frog, Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Zootopia,
Bolt,
Moana, Bolt. In a month we'll have Encanto, and we'll be ranking Encanto. But should we stop a week and watch Encanto in theaters and rank it?
Yeah.
Should we? Okay. Because it'll feel weird still being in like the weird like era of Disney and then boom, a brand new one and then back.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
And then I guess we can revisit it. Because then by the time we finish the Disney movies, we can go back and revisit Encanto and see if we want to shift it anywhere. So anyway, a little bit of news this week. WandaVision spinoff starring Catherine Hahn as is in the works at Disney Plus. It's from Variety. A WandaVision spin-off starring Kathryn Hahn is in development at Disney Plus from Marvel Studios. Variety has learned exclusively from sources. Hahn would reprise the role of Agatha Harkness in the series, which is described by sources as a dark comedy, though exact plot details remain under wraps. WandaVision head writer Jack Schaefer would serve as the writer and executive producer on the project. Should the spin-off go forward, it would be the first project Schaefer has set up with Marvel since she signed an overall deal with them and 20th Television in May. As with all projects in development, Marvel Studios is staying mum on this one. Reps for Schaefer and Hahn did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. I'm into this. I like Agatha Harkness.
I will say, it's weird because like WandaVision is such a experience the way it's built and the way it's made. It's not like you can easily do a season 2 of WandaVision and it'd be the same type of show.
But you could do Agatha Harkness backstory.
You could, but I don't know.
I'm here. I'll be into it.
Because I liked WandaVision so much because of the format it was delivered in.
Of course. And they're making a season 2.
Yeah, which I'm worried about that too.
Yeah, I am.
It's going to be
of course.
very different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can recreate the same thing you did with that. Because like Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, they were good.
Yeah.
But they weren't like experimental like WandaVision.
I agree.
So, and I like that more weird kind of delivery format.
Yeah,
so
it was definitely good.
I'll
We got a
watch
few
it though.
trailers for you. The biggest
What you got?
trailer of the week, House of the Dragon teaser trailer. Go ahead and bring that up,
I actually
Jordan.
haven't watched this yet. I thought you were going to lead with the Eternals.
No, I didn't put I don't like putting it because it's just another.
It's
I
the
watched
same-
the
there's, like,
trailer.
one or
Half
two
the
things.
trailer is the same thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so I don't really like putting in those
Okay,
like.
fair.
And it's the final trailer. Movie's about to come out. Anybody who's excited for it, gonna be watching it. I'm
Like a month from
very,
now?
very, very excited.
What
Yes,
is it, November?
less than a month. I think it's November 3rd, November 6th, something like
5th?
that. So anyway,
HBO.
cautiously excited for this.
I feel like it's going to start great.
I'm slightly above whelmed.
Gods.
Yeah.
Like I'm not underwhelmed. I'm not overwhelmed. But I'm not just whelmed. I'm slightly above whelmed.
There's like no weird like this character that we know from.
No.
Okay.
This is
It's
all
completely
backstory
brand
stuff.
new.
Yes, this is all new stuff. But it could be fire because Game of Thrones is fire.
Yeah.
Until season 8. But I was hurt so bad by season 8 that's why I'm cautious. I like that girl.
No, this is gonna be fun.
I think it will too.
Just watching the trailer.
Didn't make us kings.
I think it'll be good.
We're gonna have to watch a lot of lights. out.
Dragons did.
So you fucking see stuff? Yeah, dude. Season 8 was Game of Thrones. Jesus. I'm cautiously excited.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
I was just burned so bad. Do you want the redemption arc?
Game of Thrones.
Okay, yeah,
In
I
the
agree.
sense of
I agree.
I miss. What was it? Saturday nights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game with the boys.
Everybody would watch
Sundays,
Game
it was
of Thrones Sundays.
Yeah.
I'd go into work.
The
on
Door.
Monday.
The Door. The Red
So much
Wedding,
good
bro.
Stuff.
Fire. Try to get
Good
Adriana to watch it. Watch the first episode. She's not into it.
That's fair.
She don't like the politicking, so that's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, she's not into the politicking because the show itself really is honestly all dialogue. Like if we're being completely honest, it's mostly politics and
majority of
dialogue.
it's dialogue.
Exactly. And so like most of the wars and all that stuff, all the intense action is just dialogue being flung at each other,
Mm-hmm.
and that involves like remembering all kinds of crazy weird names and all kinds of stuff. And so she
Mhm.
wasn't that into it, which is fine. It's okay. It's all good. But I honestly, it was just an experiment to see if she wanted to do it, and didn't happen. But we're gonna
Fair
stay on that Game of Thrones train. But actually, it's not Game of Thrones. It's just Peter Dinklage. Cyrano, the trailer for this new Peter Dinklage film dropped. It wasn't like a big deal. It wasn't on anyone's radar. But I watched the trailer and I liked it enough that I thought we should play it.
Have you ever listened to one?
It's a love story, musical, I think.
He's here.
Cyrano?
It's just
Pleasure to meet you, Cyrano
It's
de
good.
Bergerac.
It looked good. It's about him being in love with like a girl and society,
yeah.
is not because he's a dwarf. I love Peter Dinklage. I think he's great.
Yeah, good acting.
If you like, I'm sure Jordan can attest because he can hear it. We can't hear it, but the music is pretty good in this.
My sole purpose on this earth is
Mhm,
to love
mhm.
Roxanne.
That's pretty good.
Does she know?
He's in love with
The
this
world will
this
never
lady.
accept someone like me and a tall,
And
beautiful
I mean, come on, Peter Dinklage he's a good actor.
A clever marriage is your only option.
I
I
agree.
won't be rescued. I'm not in distress. Love, does that mean nothing to you?
Children need love. Adults need money.
Adults need money.
I need something to
Joe Wright. Yeah. Okay.
And what is Joe Wright done?
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
What's this gonna be on?
I'm not sure. I think theaters. So
Wow. Director of Pride and Prejudice, Atonement, and Dark Tower. There you go.
okay, there you go. Let's see what else he's done.
Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, he did The Woman in the Window, which Lucas liked.
I forgive confession to make. I am madly in love.
He did The Soloist.
Perhaps he feels the same.
But I've never actually spoken to him.
Of your love?
Of anything.
I've wanted to watch The
He is
Soloist
Christian.
for a
Christian
while now.
even
Dude, I
though
need to
he's
do
a new
Damien
recruit.
Chazelle movie.
in your regiment.
I don't know why I
course he
haven't
is.
watched this
A
film.
woman like Roxanne wants
It's the Robert Downey Jr. Jamie Foxx film
I don't know
about the
how to
piano
speak
guy.
romantically.
I am a
Oh, The
poet.
Soloist.
My
The
words
Soloist.
upon your lips.
He's done some stuff.
I will make
He's done
you
some stuff.
romantic. Will you make me
This
handsome?
trailer going, bro.
Yeah, it's going. See, this is why I think it's musical. Pretty sure.
I would guess.
That's musical vibes.
There's a lot of people dancing.
Yeah. Could be good. I think I'm coming around on
Speak to
musicals, to
me
be honest.
like you do in your letters.
You are a beautiful flower.
I am not a flower.
You're doing a Disney watch one. I don't know.
Yeah.
You couldn't have come around on musicals.
Disney's they stand aside, in my opinion.
They're all.
I know they are, but I think they stand on their own.
You
My
just
fate
can't
is
suspend
to
your
love her
disbelief
from afar.
when you see live action musicals.
I like The Greatest Showman.
We must let her decide
Hated
our
Mamma
fate.
Mia.
She must have the choice.
Yeah, everyone needs to
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Cyrano.
know. Okay.
Looks cool.
All right.
Comes out
December.
looks like theaters. So, one more trailer for you.
What else you got?
The Resident Evil.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched this yet.
Tales from Raccoon City.
I saw some screenshots. We'll watch it.
One final trailer for the game. No captions?
Bro, it's okay.
This
I
is
don't need
already a
captions for-
bust.
For Resi.
November 24th.
Every
Yes.
story
Are you
has
right?
a beginning. Discover the origin of evil.
Yep. Okay.
Good game.
Why you back
Resident
here,
Evil 4?
Claire? Your conspiracies
Huh?
weren't true
Is that
when
what
we
you're
were kids.
No.
They're not true now.
Resi 1.
We
Me
need
too.
to expose
Yeah, no.
Umbrella. Watch this.
I'm afraid, Claire.
That girl's also in The
I'm afraid
Maze
of what
Runner.
They're gonna do to this
Uh
town.
huh.
You see, Umbrella, they had an incident. I'm talking Chernobyl, if you know what I mean.
You could do a really
People are getting
good
sick.
Resi story.
Yeah.
I think you just take the lore and not necessarily have to like try and recreate the games.
Mm-hmm.
You just make a good story about.
They
the
tried
Umbrella
that, boy.
Company.
You never seen Resident Evil? And Resident Evil Underworld? and
I'm
Resident Evil
saying they should do it
Darkest
again.
Hour? Or whatever it's
With
called?
more money.
We have to
Resident
contain
Evil
this.
Undertow? I don't know.
Dragon Tales?
Shall we go?
DuckTales?
Yo, who had Dragon Tales?
Classic. I don't know.
I don't know. PBS.
PBS
Okay,
Kids.
never mind.
Operation.
This is where they're experimenting on him.
Music's a rendition of a
Split up.
What's going on? Okay. Yeah. All the iconic mansion.
Trying to get up there. Big hill. Or puzzle suspense movie, please. Go.
That's that too?
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
I think I
man.
believe you. Not the dogs, bro. The dogs.
We're gonna take Umbrella down.
Oh man, I don't think this is gonna be good.
It probably won't be, but I'll watch it.
I don't even know if I will. We're not far from it.
I'm in.
Anyway,
I'll watch it.
now it's time to talk about the things you've been watching though. Good trailers this week. Things that we've been watching.
What?
What you been watching?
What have I watched that you haven't watched? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Because we've watched a lot of stuff that's the same. I watched the new Pokemon movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Tarzan,
Of course.
and it's mid. I wouldn't even give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs middle.
Thumbs middle.
Okay.
Honestly, maybe even thumbs down, dude. It's
Ooh.
I haven't seen.
I like the last one with Zeraora.
Oh, I haven't watched a Pokemon movie in like years.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Whatever
talking,
the
like,
last one was,
since
it's pretty
like
good.
Lucario times, like
nah.
back then.
The one before this one was pretty good.
Maybe
I
I'll
liked
go
it.
watch it. This one just didn't do much of anything.
It's a Pokemon movie, man. What you
I
expect?
mean, nah, bro. You go back to like the OGs.
Those, that's different.
they
That's
so
a
good.
bygone era.
It was me trying to chase a like, you know what? They've been advertising this for a minute. I
Mhm.
want to feel the feeling I got watching Pokemon 2000 again.
Yeah.
No. not happening. But
Okay.
I got my free Frieza Rude, free Shining Celebi.
Mm-hmm.
Challenge.
All right, we take those.
What else have I watched? I feel like there was something else that you didn't watch that I watched.
I'm not sure.
Maybe not. Maybe it'll come to me.
Okay. Well, we watched What If.
Yes, the finale.
It was a good finale.
I think so.
I don't think it was as good as episode
That was
8.
this week.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. I don't think it was as good as episode 8, but I thought it was good.
Well, it's the Infinity War Endgame thing.
Yeah, and I thought it was it was the end, and that was okay. I think it's solidified for me that I just want mainline MCU stuff at this point. I think the sideline stuff is just
I'll
not
take
for
it.
me. Like I don't have
I'm
anything
actively for it. Yeah. Do it again.
I'm not gonna shit on it, but I think it's just like a not for me area.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it was good. It was good, and it was a good fun little thing. We watched The Guilty,
Yes.
the new Jake Gyllenhaal film on Netflix, which I thought was slightly above mid.
Yeah, I think it was slightly above mid too. You could tell it's low budget.
Mm-hmm. It's all shot in one little thing.
Yeah, one set, which I think is like
Yeah.
just Netflix trying to get out these weekly movies or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jake Gyllenhaal overacts everybody in this, of course.
I think that's
It's Jake Gyllenhaal.
He's got like 95% of the screen time.
Yeah, I think he overacts pretty much every other character in this, but it's good stuff, man. They had Ethan Hawke in it for like all of 40 seconds, which is weird. But it ultimately it was pretty good.
911 dispatcher dealing with
Just dealing with the thing.
A case that he becomes personally attached to.
Yeah, it was suspenseful and had some stuff going on in the back that I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it.
At the end, I was like,
It didn't overstay its welcome. The fact that it was like an hour 25 or whatever was like, all
It
right.
was a good time
Yeah,
waster.
I liked it. I liked it. What else did we watch? I watched Mean Girls for the first time.
I'm interested.
That was pretty good.
Hold up. You think it held up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, funny. There's some maybe sus jokes in like the modern era.
It is a sus movie.
But like going back to it, I was like, well, going back to it, I never went to it in the first place. But watching it for the first time, I was like, you know what? This thing's fun. It is
a funny movie.
I laughed several times.
Yeah. It is
Seeing
like,
Rachel McAdams in that role, weird.
Yeah.
But still good.
It's before you get to like the Pitch Perfect era.
Yeah.
Of like funny movies. And it's good.
There's good jokes in there, man.
There's
pretty good jokes.
And it is a very like memorable movie.
Yeah, I liked it.
There's so many good memes from that movie too.
Yeah, I liked it a
like
lot.
Mean Girls.
I didn't realize that's where the Rachel McAdams like smiling meme came from, where she's like, "Tell me
a lot of
again."
things
Yeah,
that comes from that movie.
yeah, super good. I liked it. Of course, been watching more of Love on the Spectrum 2, season 2. That show continues to bang.
Do they ever fall in love?
Well, yeah, that's like the whole point of the show.
What about the one guy?
It's just heartwarming. I mean, Kylie watched a little. Oh, I don't know where she went.
The
but
only guy I recognize is Michael.
Yeah, she watched a little bit of it,
She
and she was like, "Oh, this is so great."
is he still?
Yeah, he's still in.
All right.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's just heartwarming stuff. Like you just want to sit back and you want to look at stuff and be like, "Oh man, life's worth living." Just watch that. Good stuff. I like it.
Life's worth living.
Yeah. This next film that I watched though, maybe not. I watched There Is No Evil.
Mm-hmm.
There Is No Evil, a very high-rated Iranian film, a film out of Iran. It's in I don't know what do they speak over there? Arabic? I think it's Arabic. Maybe it's Hebrew.
I'm dumb.
No, not Hebrew. I'm not
I don't
sure.
know.
Whatever. I guess I'm culturally stupid. But it's an Iranian movie. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
4 different stories of 4 different point of views, all centered around the idea of execution and death and the death penalty, right? And so they go through all these different stories. The first story is about a guy who has like a family and a wife, and they don't realize that what he does for a job is execute people. The second one is about a guy who's in the military, and they're forcing him to execute someone, but he doesn't want to, and so he pushes back against the machine.
Yeah.
The third one is about a guy who executes someone to get some time off, because they give you time off after you execute someone in the Iranian military. It's like a thing. And so he gets some time off to go see his girlfriend, and then realizes there's this mystery man that had died in their family that was like one of her childhood friends, and it turns out it was the person that he executed. That's like a whole thing. And then the fourth one is about the guy who rebelled in the second one, and about like his future life and stuff. Okay. And so it's like really good because it's just all about like the different ways these people deal with the idea of like the death penalty and execution and stuff like that. And so it's all about like just death and what that means to people and what that means to you and stuff. And again, not again because I didn't say it here, but boring film.
Yeah.
But that's my cup of tea, right up my alley. I love really long, drawn-out, boring films. Things like Burning, Minari, 3 Billboards. Those are good films. And they're boring, but I love them. This is another one of those ones where that first one, like, on the edge of falling asleep. that's where I like to sit. You know, it's where I like to sit and watch these films. And it was good. It makes you think. It's really long. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. Rented it for $2 on YouTube. But I see why it's rated so high, because it really makes you be like, damn, you know, like this is a thing that happens and people have to deal with this shit, and it's good. It's weird, but let's think about that. And I like that. So it was definitely worth watching. And if you're into really long films that just make you think and are kind of boring, go ahead and check it out. There is no evil.
I remember what I watched.
What?
Free Guy.
Oh, you watched Free Guy. Free Guy. You watched Free Guy. I watched the back half of Free Guy.
It's a good movie.
The back half, pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the first half, so I couldn't tell you about it. But
I mean, the first half is just exposition for pretty much everything you saw at the end.
yeah, it's good. It looked cool.
Good
references. Mhm.
The whole
Avengers. That was nice.
When he pulls out the shield, that was like a real good moment.
And then Chris Evans being like, "What the fuck?
shit? What?"
Yeah. That was good stuff.
It was good. It was a wholesome movie. I think you need one of those every couple years
I agree.
to get your nerds, and then like that's a movie I know my family would like.
Yeah.
So
it's enjoyable, even if you're not into nerd stuff. I thought it was pretty cool just for that back half.
Yeah, and it was an interesting concept too. I think there was being in the loop as to the gaming industry. There was some
Makes it better.
interesting points
Yeah.
there. Like watching the indie game couple fight up back against this AAA studio. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, that's cool.
This is cool stuff.
So
yeah. Anyway, we liked it. Now it's time for Reader Mail. You can get your questions read on the show by writing into synceduppod@gmail.com or the Reader Mail submissions tab of the Discord to get your questions read on the show, just like Spencer did.
Nothing's coming out this week.
Oh yeah, you're right. Halloween Kills drops on Friday.
Okay.
Sorry.
Halloween Kills.
Completely skipped that. Yeah. That's the new Halloween movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lame title.
Yeah. You know, these things, they're things. Anyway, Spencer writes in, this question I didn't really understand.
Okay. I'll listen.
But you are co-directing while shooting for Infinity War. Josh Brolin storms off set, and now you have to scramble to find a replacement. Out of these 3 characters, who is taking his place? Kratos, War from Darksiders, or Duke Nukem? Then in the Discord, he clarified and said you could pick anybody, but I don't understand what he means. Someone who it matches the physique of Thanos?
Like, am I saying the person who
would look like Thanos the most?
Or is it actually like just Kratos himself
is now playing Thanos? See, that's what he didn't elaborate on. Because he said it could be whatever you want.
Now, if you're just asking me who do I pick to replace Josh Brolin?
Yeah.
John Cena.
John Cena? Perfectly balanced. I don't know.
Was that your John Cena impression?
That was my John Cena impression.
I don't know, dude.
I couldn't impersonate John Cena.
Who could
He's from Fred.
Obadiah Stone.
Obadiah Stane?
Stank. Tony Stank. I have no idea.
Dude, I don't know. Josh Brolin does such a good job. He's perfect.
Yeah. I don't.
Anybody, you just cancel the movie. Anybody else is just not
Big Broly. Is it Burly? Big Burly?
Big Broly.
Big Burly actors.
Big burly actor. The Rock.
Hugh Jackman. The Rock would not be good.
Ben Affleck.
Jeremy Renner. Why is he on this?
Mickey Rourke. You know what? Whatever.
Oh, Jason Momoa. Nah.
It's Josh Brolin. It's Josh Brolin.
Yeah, I can't.
There's no one else.
Shaq.
No.
There's a physically imposing actors list on IMDb.
Okay.
In case you're into that.
The Big Show?
What?
I don't
Who's
know.
This guy?
I don't know. It's Josh Brolin. The answer is
Chris
Josh Brolin.
Pratt. Just have Chris Pratt.
He's so cool.
He's so cool.
He's so cool. Anyway, Pablo writes in for the first time. Pablo supported us on the Patreon $5 tier, jumped into the Discord, and he decided he was going to write in and stuff and talk to us now. So thanks, Pablo. I'm glad you decided to jump in so we could, talk to you more. But he writes in, so going over the recent Disney movies got me back in my 90s nostalgia. I remember the Disney Channel of back in the day having a tie-in movie show called The Movie Surfers, where they'd have kid actors do behind-the-scene interviews with animators, producers, composers, and the like. It basically came down to a 20 to 30-minute movie commercial in the guise of DVD extras, but the show had some pretty cool info. Of note for this week, the Tarzan episode goes over the cool state-of-the-art tech they use with computer graphics to make the tree surfing. I'd recommend checking them out if you care for extra info on the movies, though I don't know how easy of a watch they are now, being so old and such. Anyway, my question is, do y'all have any favorite or memorable behind-the-scenes or making-of content related to a movie?
Favorite, making of stuff? I really enjoyed the WandaVision behind the scenes.
Yeah, I like the Marvel, making of things. Those are good.
Okay. This is.
The making of God of War documentary is spectacular. I know it's not a movie, but that's a spectacular.
I'm going a little off the rails here.
Off the rails?
This isn't like a making of behind the scenes, but it is like a featurette. It is an extra on the
Okay.
movie. Shrek 2.
Okay.
They had American Idol.
Oh,
Do you remember this?
I think I remember this.
There was a Shrek 2 American Idol add-on thing.
Honestly,
Simon Cowell's in it.
Yes, I remember a little thing coming in the
Shrek
DVD.
To
Coming in a little DVD, a little slip.
Yeah, I think so. Something. Far, Far Away Idol.
What the fuck?
And you would just like choose a character and they would do their performance.
Was that animated Simon Cowell?
Yeah, Simon Cowell's in it. That's him right there.
The fuck?
I loved it.
Okay.
I watched the heck out of that, dude. Shrek 2, man. There was
That's
a
a
banger
movie?
in the whole movie and in the featurette.
That's a movie?
But that's not really behind the scenes
Yeah.
making of type of thing.
Okay.
There you go. That was
All right.
sorry.
Hope that answers your question.
Hopefully that gave you a deep memory.
Anyway, thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Synced Up Podcast. We're going to go do the post show now, where if you support us at the $5 tier at patreon.com/synced up, you can get access to that. It's going to be a little squiddy.
A little squiddy.
What does that mean? I don't know.
Oh.
For everyone who paid $5, we'll see you in a few minutes. Everybody else, we'll see you guys next week.
Hum the theme.
Yeah, anyway, peace.
Bye-bye.